Hey everybody, how's it going? I got some more Clone Evolution content tonight. And today's Canada Day, so I'm extra happy. Been drinking a little bit of cider. Doing some celebrating, just came in from watching the fireworks and holy shit, that was a near disaster. The fucking neighbor had an amazing fireworks show, but it was a little bit on the too big side, if you know what I mean. No, basically what happened is everyone had tents set up, and a few of the tents caught on fire. Thank God no one was in the tents when they caught on fire, so no injuries. But man, that was some close calls. If you've ever seen how tents go up, it's like, I don't know what they designed those out of, but it's like the most flammable substance known to man. Well, yeah, and big shout out. I was checking all my different social media today, and I've been going on and on about how no one ever supports my work. I was thinking, geez, I should really check Patreon, make sure no one's supporting it while I'm going on and on about no one doing it. Yeah, what do you know? Someone already was a patron. So I really appreciate my first patron. Holy shit, it's weird to be a professional video game player. This is professionalism. No, but I'm seriously going to check into Patreon more and figure out all the details about how it all works. Like, I have read it all before, but a lot of it was prior to my concussion. So I found a lot of things I'm having to relearn from scratch. And I think Patreon is one of them. As far as I remember, I used to understand it pretty good, but I don't think there's a whole lot to understand. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for my subscribers or something. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that. Just found out today about it, so I'm actually kind of nervous now because I feel like every time I'm getting paid to do something, I try as hard as I can to do it. So now I have to really step up my game. Now I figure what I'll try to do is continue to be as natural as possible. I don't want to change this so drastically just because now I'm raking in the coin. No, I'm just kidding. Now, it really caught me off guard because I've been doing like volunteer work for different projects, radio stations, whole bunch of different volunteer stuff, and never actually gotten paid for anything I've volunteered to do before. Well, I think one time I volunteered to teach at a school, and I got paid for that by the end. But then I ended up donating the money back to the school, so I guess it was kind of... No, but I figured with the Patreon money, like I promised, since some of it was, I think, from a Clone Evolution viewer, that I'm going to try to make sure to keep Clone Evolution content going. It was weird. At one point, I almost reached the idea that no one really wanted me to make it anymore. I can't remember why. I think it's because one of my videos got a dislike and no one else liked it. I was like, holy shit. If I'm only getting dislikes and no one's liking it, I really shouldn't be watching or making it. Thought I heard some noise. No, there's a bunch of skunks running around outside too. I think what might have happened is all that smoke in the backyard might have disturbed the animals. And you can probably hear, maybe, maybe not, still some fireworks going. Now the other disaster was too, I took my uncle out, carried him all the way out to the balcony so he could watch the fireworks. And it turned out the fireworks were shooting really close to the balcony we were sitting on. And he didn't enjoy them at all. He was yelling, saying they were too loud. And I was like, I didn't have the energy to carry him back, so I had to wait till the show ended. Now, I find that happens more often than not. If you try too hard at something, sometimes it turns into a disaster. Like I did that to one of my old jobs. I volunteered to do so much at that job that it got to the point where I couldn't maintain what I volunteered to do. Then once people expect it of you and you can't do it anymore, it's not a good scene. Right, as far as Clone Evolution content goes, tonight I got some really exciting things I was looking forward to. Maybe I'll do 2 of them right now. I saved up some gene fragments, enough to make a purple character and a blue. Start off with blue. That guy, he's shit. Let's hope my luck goes better for purple. Come on, purple. Oh! I can't believe I just got a second Budokai. That's really good news, because soon I'll be able to upgrade her to gold. I was just thinking it's sad that I'll never get another copy of her and I won't be able to upgrade to gold. But would you look at that? No, lately who I was bumping up with new characters is Symphony. No, who was it? I think my subscriber was saying that he doesn't like looking at Trump, so I won't level him up anymore for now unless I get forced to use him. Now let's check her out, like, oh wait, before I do that, let's get some of the action for buying shit. I spent all my jewels, so I don't really have much more to spend. Thankfully the game has realized this and gave me a whole bunch of items that require coins. And I'll buy the bullets too. I fucking love bullets. Oh, I just so got enough for this, so I'll buy this. Yeah, I was looking at the fucking shit for the limited event. And this activity exchange thing is coming up soon. I haven't decided what I should spend these on yet. So maybe as a treat to my Patreon, or patron, my patron saint, if you could, if you'd like to, just post it in the comments what you would like me to spend these on. And I bet you've got some pretty good advice. So, what I was kind of hoping to spend them on was maybe buying the casino tokens, because I almost have enough to do the big mission for them coming up soon. Or I'd like to spend them on the robots so that I could level up one of my characters. Or I'd like to spend them on the purple potions. Because God, I really need a new 5-star hero ever since Samson is gone now. I don't have any 5 stars left. So, yeah. Maybe some red scrolls too, I was considering that. Not really considering the purple thing because I don't really have 5,000 of them. But yeah, if the viewer or the patron wants to pick, just put in the comments what you'd like. But I won't guarantee that I'll go with what you pick, but because if you pick something really awful. But I'll definitely take it into serious consideration. How's that for looking out for my patrons? No, seriously though, like the whole patron thing, that's really giving me a boost. Like, I don't know, I was kind of getting to the feeling that I was one of those people who's just going to volunteer his whole life and never once get fucking reimbursed for it. Which isn't so bad, really, because I don't volunteer to get reimbursed. But dear God, it feels good to actually feel appreciated. And too, like, I always set up that Patreon thing just because every other person has one, and it sounded weird not to. It's like, who knows, maybe 100 years from now, someone will donate. Happened way faster than I thought. Well, yeah, the other major thing that happened is my team made it up to 111 while you guys were gone. Now sometimes I can't wait to play the game until you guys, well, until I start recording for you guys. So I end up just playing off camera. Like one of these people that loves the game so much I play it no matter if I'm making streams or not. Now I was thinking I'm going to try telling the makers of Entropia in future videos to copy some of the formats that this game uses to become so addictive. Like I think there's some pretty repeatable things that Entropia could copy. Like this whole thing of having an event that comes up like bi-monthly or whatever, and then having different things that you can save up so you can keep saving up and then hopefully use them again for another one. That's a pretty cool system. Alright, what did I do? I promised to check the fucking evolution machine, the Darwin machine, to see what we could do with it. This new Budokai chick. Holy fuck, I think I need 2 or 3 of her. So it'd be nice if it was just 2, but I doubt we're that lucky. It reminds me of so many times where I've like gone on to like really extravagant measures to try to like make romantic evenings for chicks. Then by the end of it, they're sort of like, well, that was nice and all, but really shouldn't we have just stayed at home and made out? And I was like, fuck. It's like, what am I trying so hard for, right? Or like those parents or grandparents that spoil their kids by giving them everything they want, and then it ends up ruining the kid's life because they raise their expectations of what they want so high that they can never actually achieve any happiness. Oh yeah, the other thing that I did is I switched around the items. Like one of my viewers was pointing out, he's like, hey, you should switch up some of your items. He was saying switch out ones that you don't use very often, and I was thinking, well, a lot of those characters I don't use ever anymore. So he's right, I should just get rid of them from using it and make sure that all my characters that I use have the best items. When I swapped around, like I used to give what's-her-face, the harsh assassin, I used to give her my best items. I was like, wait a minute, I should be giving my best ones to the tank so that you can take the biggest beating. So that's why Crime Fighter's a little bit stronger now. It was funny, I'm pretty sure Crime Fighter's hit points went up by like 100,000 when I switched the items around. Or 200,000, but the chicks only went down by 100,000. So I was like, the math wasn't really quite adding up. But I think it was something to do because I went into the equipment thing and boosted some of it, so yeah, that is why it didn't add up exactly the same as it used to. So either way, my team is definitely getting stronger. Like really, I should stop being a pussy and start attacking teams that are well over 1 million. I don't know, I just had that one episode I was doing and I got my ass kicked so bad, I was like, fuck, hate losing. Yeah, because really, I probably could have put a dent in this team. They only have 3 golds in it. It's just 2 120s made me fucking... Yeah, I also went into the... Here, does anyone know what this means? It says, remove this clone Legion General. Does that make sense to anyone? Am I supposed to click something to remove a Legion General? Legion? I don't see Legion General anywhere here. Yeah, so if anyone can help me out with that. I've been trying to figure it out for a few weeks now, or wherever when this thing started appearing. don't really recall exactly when. Yeah, today on the menu, I got some more white rhino with drips of cannabis oil in my Extreme Q vaporizer, modified with my own custom invention. If anyone wants more details on the custom invention, just let me know. Hey, that's what I'll do too. If you're a patron and you live in Canada and you want the modification for my Extreme Q, just message me and we'll try to arrange something. I didn't really set a price for them that I could let them go, but I figured what I could do is maybe set a minimum donation amount. Because I don't know, there's quite a few legal issues with selling my modification. But we'll see what we can do. I don't want to promise anything. Say that as I promise. Now, I feel so sorry for my neighbor. It was a couple weeks ago, I had a fire in the backyard, like a campfire, and I made it a little bit too big with leaves. Some of those leaves had ashes and went really high up in the air, and then they came back down and landed in my neighbor's pool. Then she came over to yell at me, and I was like, holy fuck, I felt terrible about it. And I was thinking, God, can you imagine amplifying that by lighting fireworks and then burning people's tents down? Bet you the chicks were pissed then. That's the one thing about having a whole bunch of hot chicks around. They usually have tempers, right? But every rose has its thorn. Nothing in life is that perfect. If it is, something's weird. I think my government weed is going to arrive in the mail any day now. It'll be a race between it and the tablet. I'm pretty sure the tablet isn't coming. I don't want to get too pessimistic about it, but dear God, I think it's actually past the official shipping time. Now I really need to get those casino tokens and then do that event where I unlock Crime Fighter, because then I only need one more Crime Fighter and then I can upgrade him to gold. So I just will have to repeat the same thing that I just did, save up all the casino tokens again. But in the meantime, I might finish the other objective where I've switched the casino place that I'm on, because if I get the hero that I need, then I can switch it and start looking for different heroes on the casino wheel. Like, I technically don't have to keep spinning the same wheel once I get the character unlocked that I want. Man, does anyone know, like, when you're spinning the casino wheel, if you land on the character you want once, do you have to refresh it, or can you just keep spinning the casino and land on him again? Is it possible to land on the same character twice? Not at once, but you know what I mean. Do you? Yeah, I still remember the days when my team was so weak, I couldn't even beat these guys. Now I pretty much beat them every time. Now I was thinking of doing an all gold team. And then I started looking at some of the other heroes that I could upgrade to gold. And one of them was that Alexander guy. who's like a super tank. I was thinking it's tempting to upgrade him, but really should I be putting in another tank? The only reason that I'm really considering him too is because he's a tank that heals, and I like tank healers. Whoa, this cider is a little bit on the harsh side. Not harsh, but bitter. I guess it's better than having a sweet cider that makes a bad hangover. Rather a little bit bitter. I ate some, what is it, ketchup chips after drinking half of this cider. And the salt seemed to help. The electrolytes. Has anyone seen that movie? What is it, Idiocracy? It's like, God, I love that movie. I'm almost thinking about watching it again, because I haven't watched it since it like first came out. But when it did first come out, I watched it like 2 or 3 times. Normally I only watch a movie once, so to watch it like 3 times, that was pretty intense. What I watched it so many times for was, after watching it the first time, I knew what was going to happen, and then I started looking more carefully at details. And then I did notice some things I never noticed the first time. Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen the movie Idiocracy, it's kind of like a comedy about what would happen in the future if intelligence keeps dropping drastically at the rate it is today. Eventually we'll develop a society that can't really read or write anymore. It's completely reliant on electronic devices to do everything for them, even basic thinking. And then it reaches the point where the people that have been so reliant on technology can't really function on their own anymore. So much so that society has begun to collapse because the intelligent people that normally help society function are no longer existing. And it's funny too, people used to joke about the movie because when it came out, intelligence was still really high in America. But I think as time has progressed since the movie came out, it's become more and more accurate to what's happening. So it's definitely a good movie to watch if you haven't seen it. Or even if you have, I recommend watching it again. The other thing too on my channel, I noticed that when I do book reviews and write them, people are really into it. So I picked up a book that I wanted to read called Magnetic Current by Edward Leeds Scallon. And this book happens to be about the guy who built Coral Castle. And if you haven't heard of Coral Castle before, it's the only giant stone structure that was built by a guy that said he figured out how to build the pyramids and proved it by building like this giant coral castle thing. And apparently this book is his explanation of how he did it. So I'm going to read this book and give it a review. And oddly enough, when I ordered it, I never noticed. I know you can tell it's a little bit on the thin side. It's 40 pages long. So I might even be able to read the whole book in the review. Now I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is instead of like a classical review, I'll have a whole bunch of slides already about different Edward Leeds Scallon theories and pictures of Coral Castle. And then I'll play those while I read his book. I don't know how that works for copyright. I've seen people read books on YouTube before. Is it bad to read a whole book? It's evil. I don't know how true it is, but I heard this thing in the old days, way before my time, was when patents were first coming out, the whole book thing in patents. Because they didn't want people to hurt book sales, so after you bought a book and read it, you were ordered to burn it. so that no one else could reread it and hurt the patent. So I was kind of thinking, if I was ever a leader, I would make some drastic changes to the patent laws in America, or at least whatever part of the world I'd be leader in. Maybe the whole world. Just kidding. Now, I wouldn't completely abolish patent laws, but I would make some changes to them. Definitely more towards the freedom of information thing. So YouTubers and other people could share content without having to get into trouble. Now, I like the way, like, I always bitch sometimes about China and the way they do things, but God, some of the things China does right, they have like a whole black market area where they don't even listen to fucking patents, so they can just make technology however they want. It's one of the most thriving places for technology. I was thinking technology patents are one of the worst things that's ever happened to industry. Like really, if a company can take some technology, make it better and cheaper, why can't they? Because some fucking court system is going to charge them money? Taxpayer-funded courts are going to fund that? It's like, how about the companies just make better parts cheaper? Now, I could see the thing with patents and safety rules. You wouldn't want people making, like, life jackets that are made out of fucking toothpicks. But, to some degree, we shouldn't be wasting billions of tax dollars fighting fucking legal issues. Or having YouTube fucking take people's videos down over fucking music. I guess they don't really take them down now, they just demonetize it to the other person. Which I kind of like that system. So instead of taking someone's video down, you just can't collect the ad revenue, it goes to the person's music. But then they should do a thing where it's like, I don't know how you would do that. Maybe instead of doing it complete, do a 50-50. So if you play someone's copyrighted music during your stream, you guys split it 50-50. I think that would be a more reasonable system. Alright, tomorrow, if anyone else has played this, maybe I can suppress the green right down to 0. Alright, let's do the Darwin lab and check out the Budokai chick. Yeah, that's what I thought. To get her going, I need a lot more heroes. I need another copy of her. I need the Harsh Assassin. I was lucky to get enough of her to make her into gold. Haven't had another copy of her since. I had a whole bunch of copies of Robin, but I wasted them all. Even these copies, I don't have many green heroes, so I'll have to clone up some green-purple heroes. All of these I need as ingredients. This Geronimo guy is actually better than I thought. Someone in the chat pointed out that he enhances dodge. So if you have characters like Sword God and you team them up with Geronimo, you're talking fucking super dodge. Now I'll show you guys the other person I was talking about. This guy, it's ironic. I was thinking, shit, I got this guy, so I have him. Have him. Lots of him. Even have copy of him. So the only thing I'm missing is one more copy of him. And I have all the fragments for him except for like, I think 20. So I don't know how I got partial fragments for him. Maybe I missed one of the login days or something. There were some points where my technology wasn't working, and I bet you that's when I missed it. Fuck! Son of a fuck whore. Now, if my channel does get monetized, I'm going to have to try to watch the swearing more, or I'm going to say it's for medical reasons. Now, I've had to see counselors for stress before, so maybe that is legit medical enough. Because there is that girl with Tourette's that has a fucking swearing YouTube channel, or is it a Twitch channel? Yeah, and I think what I did is I cleaned up enough heroes in my lineup that I will be able to start putting purple robots in and leveling them up again soon. I know some people have been bugging me to do that for the campaign mode again. Alright, I'm going to check the daily tasks. I'm pretty sure my casino spins are still for today. The expedition and arena. Alright, wish me some luck here, guys. I'm trying to get this guy really bad. Or even the 90 sword would be good. I must have spun hundreds of times trying to get him. Still nothing. Even a lot of 10 lot spins. I did get this robot yesterday. Maybe it's a good sign. Sign of failure. That was funny. They almost had me going and then it landed on the sword. Man, I've been stuck on this boss for so long. The weirdest part was, when I had my team of all level 100 people, I was almost beating him. Like, I had him down to just a couple hits. And ever since I've upgraded my team to gold heroes with higher stats, I'm not even close to beating him anymore. So I don't know what happened. Was my level 100 team that much more flukier? Oh, let's give it a try and see what happens. I got a few more levels up. I don't think it's gonna help. They're still gonna die. Die a horrible death. I noticed this too, when I'm playing the dungeon, I get stuck at a stage for like, I don't know, like days and days, even weeks sometimes. And then all of a sudden when I beat them, I'll just beat like 10 stages in a row. Just for some reason the game has some stages that are just so hard, can't beat them. Like I remember the one time I was playing this stage, I froze or stunned everyone, and I still lost. I was like, how am I losing if they can't even hit me? Yeah, see, look, like, I made it down to just Hitler, but I'm not close to beating him. When I had a team of all hundreds, I had him down to like 1 or 2 hits. Must have just been luck. Alright, we'll do some arena next, but before we start the arena, we'll get a quick message from the sponsor. Today's show was brought to you by Crack! Crack! It'll fuck you up. Well, thank you, sponsor. That was an excellent message today. Alright, let's go to the arena next. See if I can find any challenging arena battles. No longer will the people get the easy lineup. They'll be facing my hardcore lineup now. See if that boosts my points up. Before it was sitting at around 1100. Now, someone pointed out a good thing to me. I should try to stay up as high as I can in these. Unless the mission or, well, that event starts. Because the higher you are, the bigger reward you'll get in the arena standings. So it's a good point. You want a good reward? Oh, I never even checked. Crime Fighter's also a 5-star. So I still do have a 5-star. Seems like I do a lot of bitching and complaining about things that aren't even fucking true. Yeah, I've never been so happy to be wrong. I was like, holy, I have no patrons. No one helps me. And I look, it's like, oh, I've had a patron for weeks. I didn't even look. like, take that as advice to creators. If you're down in the dumps about your patrons not supporting you, check. See if they are. Listen. Now, I had a feeling the clone evolution community would come through for me. Every time I was talking to people in the Facebook chats and stuff, there's a lot of really nice people. A lot of different countries and stuff too. Someday I want to learn Spanish. It seems like it's really popular there. Boy, not much choices for action in this fight. Alright, what other things do I want to do? I guess I'm just setting up to spend the rest of my stuff in that big event. Excuse me. I hope my patron picks something good for me to spend them on. Hey, maybe this will be the beginning of many patrons. Now, I was looking so forward to doing a lot of vlogging for patrons. The whole vlogging situation isn't looking too great yet. Maybe once the whole world situation is cooled down. But I shouldn't get too down about the whole world not being vloggable. I can always still vlog my local areas. To be honest, most people in my town are going around like the thing's not even real. I think what happened here is something like over 80%, some really high number, of all the deaths from it turned out to be in senior homes or nursing homes. And many of those cases turned out to be because the workers just stopped showing up and the military had to come in to help. So the way the government kind of allocated the resources was almost criminal. Yeah, then once you realize that almost everyone who was dying was because of that, and it was widespread and almost no one was having complications. Well, I knew a few people that did. I even knew some that ended up in the hospital. But none of those ones died. I did know a bunch of people that died this year, but I'm not even sure if it was from that. Could have just been they died of similar situations. It's pretty sad though either way. It sucks when 100,000 people die. It's like the flu every year. No, I guess technically the flu is only killing around 80,000. So there's about a 20,000 difference. Or I guess if it's 120 now, 40,000 different. And that's if the number's accurate. I don't know, to be honest, I'm so sick of hearing about it, I kind of like just pretending it doesn't exist too. Now something my uncle used to teach me. As we would go to watch WrestleMania, I'd ask him if he'd be upset about his fighter losing. He would say, "What are you talking about? My fighter won." And I was like, "Really? You don't remember the match?" He's like, "Your fighter lost, and this is how." He's like, "No, no, no. I remember he won. Don't say otherwise." I was like, "Oh." It's not a bad strategy, right? Maybe that's how I should do it, being a Leafs fan. I used to joke that the Raptors would never win, but now they've won. I had a feeling the Raptors were going to win with Masai. Masai is one of those guys, he's like a crazy genius. It's like when it comes to basketball, he's fucking like a god, right? When it comes to listening to fucking security guards, it's like... not so bright. No, I think what happened was there was an incident when the Raptors won the NBA championship where security guards asked Masai, like the Toronto GM, to show his ID before he went out onto the court. And I guess instead of showing his ID, he just yelled and punched him or something. I shouldn't say that because I don't really know the details. It's just what I've heard. I guess to Masai's credit, you could say, hey, this guy should know who the Toronto General's manager is, but I'm pretty sure in the US media, they don't really cover the Raptors at all. So the odds of him knowing what some of the staff is, let alone even all the players, it's probably pretty slim. I don't think the people would do it against Masai on purpose. You never know, Masai has that sort of the whole world is against him complex, and if it helps him win, well, all the power to him, I guess. Especially when he's on my team. Now, I often use that for motivation sometimes too, when people tell you can't do something. You do it even more. Well, yeah, there's some guy that's been fucking hating on all my videos, so I was thinking, man, I kind of needed that. Now, I noticed a lot of cases I wasn't getting any negative comments on any of my videos. Sometimes I'd even have 30, 50,000 views and no dislikes. I'm like, come on, at least someone's got to have some criticism for me to approve. No, I think, what was it? One of the nice criticisms I got was that my show is shit. I was thinking, the shit? No, I'm pretty sure he meant literal shit, not good shit. Now, I was thinking there's been quite a few episodes that I wasn't impressed with. And I'm also a big critic of my own work. So when someone says your show is shit, I'm like, yeah, man, you're fucking right. This is horrid. Who is it, Mike Tyson? He was a popular boxer everyone knows. You say that at one point he was hating on himself because of how violent and mean he was to everyone. And then he said when he met his fans, he's like, why the hell do you like someone like me? What's wrong with you? He's like, you should hate me. I'm a horrible person. But eventually Mike Tyson had a change of heart. I don't know, I heard he has a fight coming up in the United Arab Emirates or something. They're paying him and Holyfield to fight it out. Big bucks, too. And the way Tyson was training was insane. I've actually had a chance to stand next to Mike Tyson in real life, and it was terrifying. I didn't even think he would be terrifying, because I'm like, oh, he's retired, what are the odds that he'd still be really strong? And then I saw him, I'm like, holy shit, my fucking body is just trembling. It's weird too, because I'm like a fucking giant compared to him. Yeah, but still, I seen the size of his thighs. I was like, man, his thighs are 4 times the size of mine. I'm over a foot taller than him. It'd be like a fucking tank hitting you. Real low to the ground tank. Now I found out in one of his training videos he was revealed what his secret was, and that was it. He said that he realized that a lot of power was coming from his legs. I don't know if it was custom auto that taught him it, or maybe he learned it early on in life, but so he started doing 5,000 squats a day. That 5,000 number is like the magic number for super freak athletes. It was like Herschel Walker. His routine was 5,000 sit-ups a day. And he said that that gave him like a core that was like stronger than anyone's. So imagine if you did 5,000 squats a day, like how fucking strong your thighs would get. You reach the point where you're just like a fucking super freak athlete. And I noticed that with Joe Rogan's TV show. Every time someone comes on, they're like, oh shit, I had this really hard job I had to do. He's like, ooh, lucky. It's like, you'll get some good muscles from that. And then everyone else is like always thinking, oh, you had a hard labor job. Poor you, you'd be so sore. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder what's going to be the deal with clone evolution. Who will be my next gold hero? Does anyone want to predict? It's really going to come down to the next scroll event. I'm thinking the next one that comes around for a scroll event, I still can't do it because I don't have enough scrolls saved. Probably going to have to bank a whole bunch of scrolls after a good bounty hunter mission. I wonder if I have enough bullets saved. I might have to even wait to do that. I think the only one I have enough to actually complete is that casino spin. Boy, when I do that casino spin though, that's going to be epic. Hoping that racks up a couple views for me. I'm not really chasing views, but it's neat to do every now and then. I notice clone evolution videos are hit and miss. You get some that go over 10,000 in a month. Others that are about 100 an episode. Yeah, I can hardly wait to hear this guy's comment if you can put another dislike. I think I kind of scared him away because I was nice to him. That's the one thing I noticed with being Jesus to someone, or acting as Jesus would. A lot of Christians are like, hey, being like Jesus is so nice, you should try to be nice to people that are mean to you. And then people are like, I don't want to be like Jesus, who wants to be nice to people that are mean? Then I realized that, like, Jesus actually wasn't being nice to criminals, and criminals liked it. It's like most times when criminals or someone who's mean, if you're nice to them, they hate it, right? It's like it drives them fucking crazy. So it's like if you're nice or like acted like Jesus and was nice to people that are mean to you, it's actually like a secret weapon to fucking drive them crazy. It's like someone will be like, hey man, your fucking podcast is shit. And you'll be like, yeah man, you're fucking right. My podcast is horrible. It's fucking, why the hell is anyone fucking watching this trash? They'll be like, what? I don't want to agree with you. Stop agreeing with me. Yeah. No, I found sometimes too, if you agree with people that are trying to argue with you all the time, it gets to the point where they'll argue that, no, you don't agree. Like, are you sure you agree? No, you don't agree with me. So, I don't believe that. It's like, no man, I agree with you. Now, it must be an easy, foolproof method to tell. Because a lot of times when I'm sick of disagreeing with people, I do just pretend to agree with them. In a lot of cases, like, are you really agreeing? It's like when you argue with chicks. It's like, if you're making my dinner, I'll say anything. It's like, yes, dear, you're right about everything. Now, who am I kidding? It's like a lot of cases I argue no matter what. Now, sometimes I wonder if it's in my nature just to disagree with everything. Jeez, even this crime fighter is at a really high level. It's gonna be tough to win. Oh fuck, was this match for the gold fragment? Come on, I gotta win this. I was thinking it was an arena battle for a second, it didn't matter. Like, fuck, this matters. I need to win. No! No! Come on, at least getting more poison into him. There! That was 2 down. See, as bad as that was, hopefully if this was the last battle, then I can use it as an advantage and just bring my next heroes in. Got a bunch of level 100s that should be able to lay them to waste. I hope. Not just all healers. Fuck. Holy. Look at Crime Fighter, eh? He's hard to beat. Oh yeah! Even Crime Fighter took him out. Oh shit. Still got one more team to beat. That ain't good. I was kind of getting optimistic there. It's like, oh, that was the last team anyway. Sucks so bad. I've got like no one I can use. Alright, I think the chances of me winning this are 1 in a million. Well, we'll try it anyway. Yeah, I think what I'll do for my patrons, it's one thing that I can definitely offer that I know I can actually do. Jinxed it there. Is, I'll do open line for my patrons. So if they want to call in via Skype for one of my shows, I'll record with them as a guest. That's all I'll open up for all my patrons. So if you're one of my patrons, just send me a message. Any of the multiple ways of doing so. Yeah, we can set that up. I can pretty much record any time. My main full-time job is looking after my uncle. And that's pretty much a spur-of-the-moment thing. So I really never know when I have to do it. Well, I have to take him to the washroom 3 times a day, feed him. That sort of thing. Excuse me. Now we're starting to give him the medications that help him sleep better. So he does have a bit more steady sleep schedule than he used to. I think I get one free after 13 hours, so I might as well just wait. Oh yeah, the tavern tasks. Yes, I hope this episode was pretty exciting for everybody. I'll try to have some more action-packed content for the next one. Not really too sure what the next one's going to be. It might be the one where I start spending those tokens that I unlocked for the limited event. It's kind of a shame. I realized I shouldn't have got rid of all my Pericles because I'm going to need them as ingredients eventually. Darius is really the only one I'm going for. I would pay that many jewels to exchange because I can save up 4,000 jewels in no time. The only thing that's hard is this exchange card. No, so I'm pretty sure that's probably what I'll do for the next event, is we're going to go on a spending spree and spend some of these activity exchange points. Actually, there's 92 hours, so that's about 3 days away still. So no, I'll save up 3 days more of that. But yeah, that's what I was going to ask too. Oh. When it says to buy a VIP pack or something, how does it work? When it says like you get a VIP pack, can I buy one for $12.99 and that'll give me a VIP level 1 and 500 jewels and all this stuff? Or what does that mean, VIP? Like I noticed I have all these VIP levels, like VIP 5, VIP 7. When I'm paying this money, which VIP level am I getting? Or is there only one level of VIP? It was neat too that some of them said lifetime VIP memberships and other times they expire. Is that true? If I pay for VIP, is it only going to last for a few days? So maybe there's VIP points. When I pay $65, I get 25,000 VIP points, and that raises my VIP meter higher and higher. And then that's how I can get it up into different classes. If that's true, man, people can really pay a lot of money. 134 bucks? Is that US? Holy shit, man. Be kind of neat to be a big spender, but to be honest, if I was going to be a big spender, I'd probably be putting my money into Entropia, because at least you can cash out when you win big. Or the Ontario gambling site. But it would be tempting to spend a little bit of money on Clone Evolution. Maybe as more and more patrons sign up, I'll bank some of the money and use it to buy one of the packs. Maybe Christmas time, is that a good time to buy a pack? So maybe next time that's what I'll do. I'll go with the super value pack. Although I do kind of want the red scroll. That'd be nice. If the limited VIP things are limited, I kind of wish they would give you some, so you could try it to see if you like it or not. Maybe there's a way and I haven't figured it out. Yeah, see, I have 65 of the bar tokens saved up, so I'm thinking once I have 80 or so of those, is that enough to complete the mission? Or how many of those do you think I should save up? Can anyone put in the chat for that? I know for the casino, in order to win it, to get the crime fighter, I have to spin it 360 tokens worth. So that's why I'm getting damn close. Especially when you look at the royal spins. So that's 333 that I have. So damn close. Alright, so that's a lot of exciting content that I'm looking forward to. All those different things to do. Really appreciate everyone for watching. Especially the patron. Can't believe that. So I'm still floored, almost speechless that I've got someone that's actually helping turn me into a professional Clone Evolution player. It's fucking sick. Alright, let's see. If a praying mantis happens to kill its prey, and the prey flies into your vaporizer, the remains of it, and you vaporize praying mantis prey. And it tastes disgusting, give the video a dislike. And if you're not giving it a dislike because of that, please explain why. No, and otherwise, yeah, make sure that you never buy the products from our sponsor, but definitely check out the links below. I've got my Patreon, so you can join my other Patreon person. And I think I added some stuff for buying purchases. So now Swag Bucks. It's like an online purchase card that you can sign up for and use it when you're shopping on like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, all the different online retailers. And how it works, they just keep records of what your purchases were, give it to marketing companies so they can analyze buying habits, and then you get cash back on all your purchases. Sort of like air miles, except you're getting cash back. And the cash back points you can use to get gift cards, like Amazon gift cards and stuff. And these days you can buy anything at Amazon, so those cards are pretty much as good as regular cash. And yeah, I get all the different Entropia things below, different ways you can watch TV, listen to radio, even get paid to watch my videos. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and sorry to go for an hour long. I've been so excited with this Patreon news, I couldn't handle myself. Alright, make sure, yeah, and again, never buy the products from our sponsor, because they'll ruin your life.